Hello, friends and supporters of United Players. It is wonderful to see you and to have the opportunity to speak with you at this time. My name is Toph Marshall, and I am the incoming artistic director of United Players, the resident company of the Jericho Arts Center. These are challenging times, and I hope you are well, and I hope you are healthy and doing okay. As you can imagine, it's particularly challenging for arts organizations across the city and across the world right now. Um, Nevertheless, the many volunteers at United Players are already working hard to try and prepare for the possibility of offering you a magnificent season of theater, the 61st season of the company, um, beginning in September or perhaps a little bit later. Uh, I love theater, and I already miss the opportunity of being in a room with actors who have spent time with uh, to the opportunity to see the work of designers and the coming together of so many creative minds. It's made me think of one of my favorite, well, really, it's sort of the moment that I fell in love with theater. And I was very young. I was 14 or 15 years old. It was in 1983, and I had the opportunity during a trip to London to see Derek Jacobi play Cyrano de Bergerac with the Royal Shakespeare Company. It was at the Barbican. Um, I had never seen theater on this scale before, and I was overwhelmed. Uh, I knew Derek Jacobi from I Claudius, so I sort of had some sense of what it was, but I'd never seen a human being command such a large space, just with his voice and with panache and with style and grace. Cyrano was exactly the hero that I needed to see at in my awkward mid-teens. He was charming, he was heroic, he was witty, and he was awkward with girls. And for me, that was everything that I either was or hoped to be. More than anything else, though, I think what really caught me was that he spoke verse. Um, I had seen Shakespeare productions before. I don't know if they had meant much to me or if they'd impacted me quite so deeply. Um, I think probably by then I'd even played Demetrius in a production of Midsummer Night's Dream at high school. But seeing Jacobi uh, performing as Cyrano, the poetry made everything seem larger than life. And when the rhyme came, and I had anticipated the rhyme, I felt as clever as he did. And I think that's part of the beauty of verse on stage, and it's something that I've always valued and always seen as very important in live theater. I remember the magnificent juxtaposition of the barroom scene where he offers a dozen ways to insult his nose that are more offensive and much more clever than the one offense that he's been given, where we see verbal dexterity to match the dexterity of the swordplay that is also present throughout the performance. Um, Actually, inspired by this production, the first scene that I ever directed was part of a theatrical showcase. It was just a 10-15 minute piece, but I directed the balcony scene from Cyrano, and it's a play that's always meant a great deal to me, and particularly the Anthony Burgess translation. I remember the image of Cyrano at war and the magnificent interval break where he's standing on top of the bodies of fallen soldiers and holding his sword hand high, proclaiming, "These were the Gascony cadets." And the curtain comes down, and I was moved by the spirit of camaraderie uh, in ways that I hadn't imagined possible, that I saw a kind of friendship in that production that I'd not seen before, but I didn't know what was going to be coming. I hadn't known the story. And the heartbreaking romanticism as at the end of the play as Cyrano and Roxanne discovered that they have loved each other their whole lives. They have been true to each other their whole lives, and that neither has known it, and now that it's too late. Um, might have been the first time that I wept uh, for love and for at theater. And so this has always been a very important play to me. It was directed by Terry Hands, who also did the lighting design. I didn't know that at the time, but again, I think of that final scene, and I think of how the image of sunlight coming through the leaves and hitting the stage with beautiful shadows and this magnificent oak tree, the old oak that has existed and remains unchanged as sort of a symbol for him, and I even sensed that back then. Um, it really, everything came together in that production, and that was when I fell in love with theater. Um, one of the great things about theater is that we all have memories like this, that we all have shows that live on in our imaginations, um, that maybe mean more to us than they mean now to the people who are even performing them. Who knows? Um, in any case, that's what United Players hopes to provide to our audiences too. Um, we want to create memories that will stick with you, and to provide exciting, dynamic, creative, beautiful, lyrical theater as has been done in the past, and as we genuinely hope will be possible to do on the other side of COVID. So take care, be well, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you all at the theater.